rule our life, to rule ourselves, to govern ourselves, to be able to govern our life and rule our life, to control our life, to remember that the gift of the Lord, for that the Lord is not rarely come to interfere in our personal sovereignty, so that we may remember in doing so that when we decide now to play God and do some things that the Lord have asked us not to do, to remember that it makes God angry and can make God to come in defense of those that are defenseless. In the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. As we continue in our prayers of the word, and remember, I want us also to bring up what we had done in the last time, and we have said in the last time, which came from the Lord, about what has been going on. And then we have talked about this before, but now is coming back into me now as we in prayers to remind that the Lord himself, when he brings something up for us to pay attention to that. You know, that if today, for example, in the discussion that is going on, as you know that my ministry is established and commissioned by the Lord to bring God into your life and to show you how God is involved in every aspect of our life, and he is in this world. His name is Jehovah Elohim, God that lives, and he lives in the world, and the world that he has himself has created, that even though some people might think that God doesn't exist anymore and God has no idea of what is going on in this world, that God is present in everything going on in every aspect of our life and is interested in that the Lord himself in the free market economy today, and as I continue to mention that if you enter, for example, Costco, in the previous message we have talked about Costco as an exclusive member-only business, where you enter Costco for their members, and enter Costco or can't remember the name of the rest of them, but if you enter any of those Sun Club and etc., BJ, these are many more of them like that has any business and any market that is structured like that as long as you are a member, every member of this group or this market pays the same fee. There is no separate fee for the poor and fee for the rich. And then if you remember, when you go into this market, you will see that every product that is on display has the same price. There is no price for the poor and there is no price for the rich. That everybody pays the same price, and then everybody pays the same price. It's called a free market. And then if in a situation where they have a price for the poor, like sometimes those that have no money, they may get a discount or they may get a lower fee based on what they can afford, and then but it doesn't mean that because they are paying a lower fee, they are going to something that is of low quality compared to what those that have money paying the full price are paying. So you can see the equity and the balance in the structure of our free market today. Then if you go to a Walmart, for example, and any market that is open to be a free market, you will see there is no toll at the gate. Everybody comes in the same way into Walmart, and there is no fee for the rich or fee for the poor. Everybody walks into a free market. And if you go into a Walmart, you will see that every product that is on display is available for everyone alike. There is nothing that shows who is a poor and who is rich and who is wealthy. Everybody goes there and the price is the same. There is no price for the poor and the price for the rich. There is no poor quality for the poor and high quality for the rich. And then everybody pays the same price that is on display. So I say this for us to say, because we're talking about free market, in the market that we have in the world, in the way the internet is supposed to be free, in the way they advertise the job. But I tell you that if you go to the internet to advertise, yes, everybody can advertise in the internet, but if you want your product to be on display, that is on display to be seen, it's not like you can walk around on the internet in order for you to go find what you are buying. Now, in order for you to be seen in the market where people can be able to see, you have to pay money. So that those that operate the internet, those that operate different groups and different platforms, free market platform that's supposed to be a free market, then you notice that if you have money and if you are rich, and then you can pay so that your message can be seen, so that your advertisement can be seen beyond those your friend that are there in a market. You don't go to a market only looking for your friends. In a market is a place where they're full of strangers. You can go there with your market and with your friends or with your family. You can view the same thing alike. But also, there are people that are not your friends or even your enemies are free to come into a free market so that they can have access to the same product. So, but when you have a toll whereby if you pay a bidding process is in process, that if you want your product to be seen, then you have to pay a higher money, you have to pay more money, and then if somebody come measure up to what you pay, then if you are the same thing, they can push you back, and then you got to pay more. So in that case, there is no equity, there is no balance. The market is not free. It's a market only for the rich, for the wealthy, those that are able to compete their money, because they can keep increasing the prices in order for them to have visibility, for people to see their products, for people to see their message, for people to see them, for people to notice them, for people to come to their own section, to their own town, to their own city. So when you put that kind of toll that is based on how rich, you now disenfranchise those that cannot afford it. Imagine somebody like Jeff Bezos or Zuckerberg or Buffett or any of the billionaires and millionaires, so many of them, and just using those few examples as an example. And if we are making the same products or rendering the same service, and they are also in the same market, and in order to have visibility, there will be very few people that can afford to pay if there is a bidding process. As they add more money to stay on top, then there's few people that can be able to compete with them when it's supposed to be some equity, a traffic where everybody that passing in this particular place can be able to see the product. So we prayed about that. So I want us to pray about that, for God to touch our leaders so that they look into the imbalance and into the inequity and into some decisions that are being made, and begin to think about how to make the market to be more free, that anybody who is in a particular vicinity, in a particular location, in a particular market, in a particular section, in a particular place, can be able to have a visibility, even if now, since it is a stationary place, that people can be able, that the products can be moved around, so that if you search anything in any particular zip code, it will not be only those with money to be seen, so that everybody that is selling that particular